I'ma be a weekend lover. Yeah, I'ma be the best damn lover you got. I wanna mess up your covers.
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Today's video is a master bedroom clean with me. I had such a disaster in our bedroom. We had not unpacked from our vacation back in August, and there was a lot of clothes on the floor, and it just needed a really good deep cleaning. So that's what we're going to do today. As you can see here, I am putting my sheets on to wash. I have all of my sheets in there and my comforter. I went ahead and washed all of that at the same time just so that I could get all of it spick and span and clean. But you can see here, this was such a disaster. There's our suitcase, and we bought a bunch of things, and we just left the bags sitting on the floor. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, we have such a hard time cleaning our bedroom and keeping it clean. It tends to just collect things. We hardly ever go in here unless it's for bed. It's not somewhere that we hang out. We don't have a TV in here. Scratch that. We do have a TV. It does not have any way to watch it. So we only have internet. We don't have cable in our house. And we don't have like a Fire Stick or Roku or a smart TV or anything like that to watch TV. So we just don't hang out in here. We don't do anything in here. So it tends to just get really messy really quickly. So today I just wanted to get all of it clean. I did a little bit of decorating in here as well. So I hope that you stick around to the end of the video and see how much better it looks by the end.
Here's your time to shine. Now show me what you can do. Make a move. The way my hands feel on your body, the way we're dancing in the dark. With every move I make, you're falling in love. The way my lips feel on your body, the way we're moving in the dark. With every breath we take, you're falling in love. With every breath that we're taking, with every step you're falling in love. With every move that I'm making, in love, in love, in love. With every breath that we're taking, with every step you're falling in love. With every move that I'm making, in love, in love, in love.
So when my bedroom gets this bad, and we try not to let it get quite this bad most of the time, but when it does, I sometimes feel overwhelmed and I don't really know where to start. And so what I typically start to do is just to make piles, and I'll throw all the dirty clothes in the hamper. That's usually my big win, right? That's the thing that I can get done really fast and clears a lot of space, because we do throw our clothes on the floor a lot. But after I get all the clothes up off the floor, I tend to just start making piles of things. And so you see on the bed here, since I washed my sheets and everything, I wasn't really worried about getting things on the bed. And I wound up lint rolling it before I put the sheets back on it. So if there's any dog hair or anything on it, that came off at that time. But I just put everything on the bed just so that I could see it and have a little bit more of a manageable time with getting things off the floor and everywhere that it needed to be. So once most everything was on the bed, I then started to just go through it and to put things where they needed to go. You can see here I'm folding up my bathing suits, and I'm going to be putting them in our closet. That's just where we keep our bathing suits. But you'll see in just a second that I'm going to be unpacking the rest of our stuff. So when we went to the beach, I spent the last night there washing everything and folding it and making it nice and neat in the suitcase, so that when I got home, I had every intention of unpacking right away and putting everything where it belonged, because it was nice and clean. And what really happened was everything stayed nice and clean in the suitcase, but it did not get unpacked. And so here you'll see all of the clothes are still folded up nicely. So I'm just going to put them in the drawers where they belong and unpack the suitcase and put it where it belongs as well.
Don't
So now I'm just unpacking that suitcase and hanging up a lot of my clothes. That's typically what I do with my t-shirts and other clothes, is hang them up. We don't have a lot of room in our dresser and chest of drawers. That's mainly Justin's clothes. So when we first moved into this house, I wanted to get the velvet hangers that were nice and pretty with the metal hook on them and everything, so that the whole closet looked nice and neat and put together, you know, like the Pinterest-worthy closets. And as I've used them a little bit more, I don't think I like them. They look really nice and they look really put together and luxurious, but when you're just hanging up regular t-shirts and normal shirts, they're very hard to get on. I feel like I'm always stretching out the neck, and it's not easy to put on, and it's not quick. It's not a quick process. So I think I may be going back to the plastic hangers. So let me know down below in the comments, do you like the velvet hangers, or do you prefer the plastic ones that are easier to get your clothes on? I'm curious to see what other people think too.
Only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us. And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. That I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me for a pass out. I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Ooh. Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us?
Okay, so now I'm just putting up Justin's clothes, and again, let me know if your husbands keep drawers full of clothes they don't wear. He has 3 drawers of t-shirts. That's all that's in there is t-shirts, and I find that every time I wash clothes, I have to stuff them down in the drawer because he has so many of them. But he only wears the same shirts every single week. And I try to tell him to go through his drawers to get rid of things he doesn't wear. He has things in there probably from high school, if I'm completely honest. And some of them are ratty and have holes in them, and he calls them his work shirts. And I get it. He needs a couple of work shirts. He does not need 3 drawers full of t-shirts. So I try to tell him all the time that he does not need that many shirts, but he just refuses to get rid of any. I think he's got a little bit of a hoarder mentality. But here I'm just putting away the suitcase. It is typically stored in our attic, so I put a black I put a black plastic bag over it so that it just doesn't get all that insulation and grime and dirt and stuff that you have in your attic. So we just put that over it to protect it a little bit. But I'm just going to continue cleaning off the bed here, and we'll move on in a minute.
It's the reason that I care. Why there is no one above you. Why no one else can take me there. It's the birth of a moment. I tremble and show something that keeps on growing. An everlasting glow. Something's
of that Joshua Tree picture, I raved about this in my farmhouse home decor video that I did back in June, I think it was, or maybe July. But Joshua trees are very, very special to our family. We lived in Joshua Tree. Well, we actually lived in 29 Palms, but it's 5-10 minutes away from Joshua Tree National Park. And so we would take a lot of vacations there on the weekends, and we would go hiking, and they have trails and gold mining places that you can see, like back in the gold rush, and they would have all of their minings, and you can actually go see. You can't go into the mines, but you can like see everything, and they have the caves and all of that. So Joshua Tree is a very special place for us, and when I saw that picture at Target, I just knew that we had to have it. And my original thought was for it to go into our bathroom, because it just seemed like it fit in there with the color schemes and everything. But when I brought it home and realized just how big that picture actually was, we needed to find another place for it. And this day, we just got a wild hair, and we started hanging up things that we wanted in our house. And you'll see at the end of the video, we did actually hang the other decoration that was up against the wall. We actually hung that above the bed, but we wanted to hang the Joshua Tree picture in our hallway. We have some other pictures of just our family, and we thought it would go really nicely in a way to display it for everyone to see, and not just our bathroom where nobody sees it. And Justin was trying to hang it, and something happened, and it slipped out of his hands, and it fell, and it broke. And I was so disappointed, and he didn't mean to, and he felt horrible about it. So I don't fault him at all for it, but it's just so disappointing that is now broken, and hopefully we can get another one. I don't know if Target keeps them in stock, or if it's one of those things that it's there until it's gone. But I'm gonna look again and see if we can find it again, because it was so special to us, and we really want something like that in our house. And when it fell, so it's a heavy picture. It was like 30 inches by like 60 inches. It was something massive, like majorly big. And when it fell, the glass in it literally stuck into the wood, and we had to get a screwdriver and dig it out of the wood because it was so heavy, and the force of it just went so hard into it. I'm surprised it didn't shatter the whole glass, but it just broke off a little corner of it, and it fell. So that was disappointing, but hopefully we can get another one, and I will show you guys us hanging that one when we get it, if we're able to get it. But now I'm just cleaning off our dresser. This is another one of those little catch-all places. We just tend to put things there and forget about them, and I would really like to keep that minimal and not such a catch-all place, but I think it's more of a mindset more than anything, and we really have to have the mindset of don't set things down there, because they will stay there for a month before we move them. So go ahead and put things where they belong. So if we can get into that mindset, maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. But here you can see, this is my tool set. Justin bought me this tool set because I kept wanting to do things around the house, but he was always at work, or he couldn't help me. He was doing stuff outside. And so I really wanted my own tool set that I knew how to use and that I could do things with. And we typically keep this in our laundry room. And one night it was on the washing machine or the dryer. It was on one of the two, and it was on, and the tool set fell off, and all the pieces went everywhere. And it must have been the dryer, because it was early morning when it happened, and Justin he usually puts his clothes in the dryer to fluff them up a little bit. So it fell off, and when it happened, I did not have the bandwidth nor the willpower to put it away right then. So we just wound up setting it on the dresser again, and it stayed there forever until I decided to finally put it all back together and put it back where it belongs.
Never thought it'd be easy to feel you in my arms, but now we're here and I'm all in, and I want it by you, 'cause I can stay till the morning. stay till the dawn, but just hold me now. I wanna be so much better.
Here I'm just wiping down the mirror using the microfiber cloth and the Jaws cleaner. It did not do as good a job as I was hoping that it would do. Maybe it just wasn't as clean as it should have been. I don't know. But it just kept making a lot of streaks. So I wound up just going and getting some paper towels and really wiping it down good. This is another thing that I neglect a lot. I just don't use it. I don't need it. I honestly feel like I kind of want to take it off of the dresser to begin with. I got this dresser set when I was in high school, so styles change, things change. I really don't need the mirror anymore. We have a full-length mirror in the room now, so I may wind up taking that off one day. I'd really like to refinish those two pieces of furniture to bring them back up to date a little bit, but that's just one of those things that's on the back burner, and one day when I get a wild hair, and I might do it. So now I'm just getting everything off of that dresser and that box with Livy's little seat in it. That is just a seat that we used when she was a baby, and we're going to start getting rid of it, so I did declutter that. And the box that you saw was just things that we haven't unpacked yet from moving in, and so I just really wanted to clean that and finally get all that stuff out once and for all. And I'm using my favorite duster again, just that Jaws cleaner for the wood surfaces. And I'm really doing that a really good wipe down with that and the microfiber cloth, and I wipe off the TV and things like that. So really getting all of that dust off so that when I vacuum, we can get it all up off the floor.
Hey, I wish you could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. Staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away. You don't have to be afraid anymore. I know you haven't noticed.
Now I'm just sorting through all of the things that I got off the chest of drawers. We have a couple of masks there that Justin likes to use when he is mowing. They just keep all the dust and everything out of his face and makes it so it's a lot easier to breathe at night when he's done. But we have this basket there that I originally was like, let's just put everything back in, and I don't really know where these things can go. And then after thinking about it, I thought, no, I need to make sure that everything has its own place and that we put it there. I don't want to create another catch-all space in our bedroom. I want to make it cozy and inviting, so I decided to use the basket in a decor piece that you will see later on. But here I'm just sorting everything out, and I'll take it to where it belongs in just a minute.
Hey, I wish I could show you more, 'cause baby you deserve some more. But still you're here, and that's what I adore. Should've told you straight away everything I have to say, but I'm afraid, and I know you haven't noticed. You know that I won't let you go.
Here I'm just going through that box that was beside the dresser. It just had a lot of toiletry items in it, things that we kept under the sink at our old house. It's not things that we typically use on a daily basis, but some of the things in it I wanted to keep. It had some unused razors in it that was really a good find for me, and some shaving cream and things like that that I know Justin doesn't use on a daily basis, but it could be nice to have maybe in our hall closet or something. So I'm just gonna go through this and declutter it and put everything in a centralized location like our hall closet or something like that, just so that we have it if we ever needed it. And we don't have to go back out and buy something else again.
I fall into you.
And that's what happens when you try to have too many things in your hands at once. It all went flying everywhere. Parts of the razor fell apart, so I had to go and pick that back up. And so I just decided to bring in the basket instead of me trying to take everything to the hall closet itself. I just brought everything that I thought would fit in the basket and put it in there, and then took it back to the hall closet.
That you're shaking 'cause you're holding it back. Maybe you'll make up your mind. Now I'm here by your side. So let it all out of me. Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold
It is finally time to start vacuuming. I always feel so relieved when I get to this part of the long day of cleaning, just because it means that I am on the downward slide. I've cleaned up everything. Everything is ready to go. The only thing you see on the bed here is Justin's shoes. So again, we've gone round and round and round. And if you're not married, just understand that marriage is all about the compromise. And he has this thing about having his shoes out, or having things that he uses out on a daily basis. He doesn't like to put things in a closet or put things away, because he thinks that I'm just going to get it out again tomorrow, so what's the point of putting it away? So all those shoes lined up will actually line up against the wall, and that's our compromise for having a clean and tidy house and room, is that he gets to keep his clothes and his shoes as close to the bed as possible, because that's where he gets dressed every morning. So I will go ahead and go back in after I've vacuumed everything and line all those shoes back up as neatly as possible. He has committed to keeping them straightened up and not just a big pile there. I did wind up I did wind up putting some of the shoes that I know that he does not wear on a daily basis, like the tennis shoes and the boots and things like that. I did wind up putting those in the closet, but most of his everyday shoes I did leave out for him, just so that he can have that.
Let it all out of me. Oh, I will hold you in the dark, make you forget about what's wrong. Let it all out of me.
Can we work it out? Only time will tell. It's gonna take a lot, 'cause we've been through hell. I can't be without you. I've tried and I failed. So can we work it out? Only time will tell. Why do you keep telling me nothing? But I know all your flaws, at least they say something. Still I try to connect with you through your eyes. Your eyes. What is on your mind? I think it's time to speak. I have crossed the line, but no, not just me.
So after I vacuumed, I wound up coming back in here and doing a couple other things that I didn't put on camera. I felt like this video was getting pretty long in itself, so I mopped using my spray mop. I didn't get out my big mop just because I felt like I really didn't need to with just one room that I was cleaning. And I did wind up doing the master bathroom as well. I planned on filming that, but I ran out of time, and like I said, I really thought this video was getting pretty long, but I hope you enjoyed following along with me and getting some really good cleaning motivation. And if you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. I do cleaning motivation videos every single week, and I do some homemaking, some decorating, other things sprinkled in there as well. But cleaning motivation is the main thing that I do on this channel, and so I would love to have you subscribe and to join our family. I am trying to grow this channel to at least 100 subscribers by the end of the month. I'm at 74, 75-ish right now, and I would really like to get to 100 by the end of the month. And I was thinking if I could get to 100 by the end of the month, maybe I could do a little giveaway for you guys, because I really wanted to show my appreciation for everyone who does join along and watches my videos every single week. And so if you enjoyed it, again, give it a thumbs up and let me know that this is the type of video that you like, and subscribe if you're new, and share it with someone that you think might enjoy some cleaning motivation as well. Thanks again, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.